Hey everyone, it's Elaine. Welcome back to my channel. I greatly appreciate you. Well, we're about through. We're about done with 2019, and we are going to be starting another new decade. I'm so excited about it. Just think 2020. It sounds fun. It's going to be fun. We're going to get a lot accomplished, and I am going to continue on with my goals of using what I have. Yep, I'll buy things from time to time, but I have to tell you, I did not near buy as much as I have in the past in 2019, and I still had fun. Well, I still have a surprise to show you. I'm hopefully going to do that right after the first of the year. That I cannot wait to share with you. So you're going to see where a lot of my attention is going to go. But I still hopefully will also get on here and create. But before I show you what I want to do today, I do want to give a few shout outs to some people that reached out to me during the holidays that are also either YouTubers or wonderful crafters, and I just wanted to give a shout out back to them to let them know how much I appreciated what they did. You all know Terry Rankin on Rankin Studios. She sent me a lovely card and a note from her and her husband. As you recall, we had gone to the retreat in northern Alabama together last year, and we were all part of that. And this beautiful card is from Jan Ferdston and her husband, and she is on YouTube as Ferdston House. And this lovely card is from someone that I met when I had been attending the retreats in Maryland, and her name is Vicky. And she doesn't have a YouTube channel, though I have to say I believe she should. That is a beautiful card. Thank you very much, Vicky. I appreciate you remembering. It's been a couple years since we've seen each other. This card is from another Vicky, Vicky Blanc, who lives, I believe, in New Orleans. I had sent her back a card, but the address is escaping me now. But she always remembers me. And we are part of the ATC Fun ATC group on IO groups. And she always remembers me. And even when I've not been very active and things not going so well, Vicky is always one of those that reaches out to me, and I greatly appreciate it. And another one that always reaches out to me from ATC Fun is Lucy Horowitz. Lucy is a card maker extraordinaire, I have to say. And in her travels, she always remembers me and sends me postcards. Excuse my voice. So, Vicky, I greatly appreciate you as well. This next card is from my buddy, Gail Tuthill. And Gail, a couple of us have been trying to talk her into starting her own YouTube channel. She is such a supporter to so many of us on YouTube. Many of you may have seen, if she watches your video, there's a good chance that she is going to make a comment and give you a thumbs up. She is one of the best advocates for YouTube, and I hope that we all can support her when she musters up that courage to do her first video. So Gail, good luck to you. I'm rooting for you, and I'll be putting a word in for you there. The next card I want to show you is from CB. I know C stands for Carol. I think B stands for her last name. And she's another one that I met through the retreat that I'd gone to in Maryland few years back. And this card is beautiful. It is die cuts and snowflakes, and I have to tell you, it looks like the white is all one piece all the way around. So I'm not quite sure how she did it, maybe on a Cricut type machine, but it is beautiful. And CB, thank you for remembering me as well. And this last card is from Amalia, and Amalia is on YouTube, Cool Cakes and Crafts with Amalia. Amalia is the person that started the goals collab that I did in 2019. And our final one for 2019 will be this Saturday, which I think is January the 4th. And that will conclude the 2019 collab. And I have to tell you, I know to some people, it was not all this glamour and showing, you know, necessarily all these great things that you did, as some YouTubers come on every day and show us. But this one is one that a lot of people had interest in because we all have it. We all have stuff. And what's so funny is, a lot of people had goals of things they wanted to complete and finish. I kind of had a couple goals. Goals of, yes, finishing things that I had started way in the past, as far as years ago, and also to use what I have. And it's so funny to me because now I'm seeing for 2020, so many people are doing collabs of use what I have. So you're all very welcome. Thank you. You're all welcome. And it is great to use up all those bazillion scraps of paper we have. So Maya, thank you for inviting me, and thanks for having me. This last one is a tag that I got from Lori, and Lori is Grammy's Keepsakes on YouTube, and she has been really supportive of me this year. She reached her 2,000th subscriber, so she did a little, I don't know what you want to call it, recognition for two of us that have not met that milestone yet. And I thought it was very nice of her to choose me. And since then, I sent her a couple goodies, and she did a whole video on the things that I sent her. So Lori, aka Grammy's Keepsakes, has been very supportive. And what I thought was so fun too that she recently did is her grandson wants to go on a field trip. It's some place there close to where they live, and I can't tell you what it is. I think it's an island and there's some cool stuff there. So she punched out, along with him, all of these, I think they were called whale's tail dies, labels, tabs, and to help raise money for him to go. And I think that they're pretty close. I think they have a little ways to go. So go check out Grammy's Keepsakes and show some love and support there. I would greatly appreciate that. But this is the tag I got from Lori. So those are some of the cards and greetings that I got from folks that you may know in the art world this season. So now I want to show you, as I've said, use what you have, try to upcycle things. A while back, I did, like right when I started my channel, I did a video showing you envelopes made from calendars. And here's some of the examples. And, they're beautiful, but they are indeed calendars. I'll show you the goodie side rather than the calendar side. So I use these. I put these in the mail. I put white labels on the top of them, write the address, and then I will say that I do put a piece of packing tape over top of the label, only because I did have one time get lost in the mail. And I have to tell you, I think it's because I had used some old labels and I don't think the sticky was so good on them anymore. So I do try to secure the label on better now. But other than that, they go through the mail fine, and I have hundreds of them, no doubt. But it being this time of the year, it's the time that we upcycle old calendars. Now, when I did it last time, and I'm going to pull one out here, 1 second. I showed you this template. Well, this is what I have, and this is what I have made all of my envelopes with. This is the 5x7 size, and there's a 4x6 that I just showed you. Excuse me. I don't know what's wrong with my voice today. And But what I realized is after I posted the video, you can't find this anymore. There's a couple maybe on eBay. They're proud of them. And I even reached out to the individual that had sold these. I believe it was on HSN or QVC. And I reached out to him and he said they're not in production anymore. So I do wish somebody, if there's any big companies out there listening, that they would buy the rights from this gentleman and make these for everybody, because it was so nice that you could just tear around it. You didn't need scissors. You could sit in front of the TV or shoot anywhere and make those envelopes. So last year when I went to the Scrapbook Expo, I found these templates. Now, I know these are in production now. They're in lots of sizes, different size squares, smaller ones than this. This is a 4.5 by 5.5, and I think this is close to a 5 by 7. And they're just as easy, really, with a little practice. So, being the end of the year, we all have those wall calendars that we're going to throw away. Now, I would say if you have a bunch of things written on them on the back, that you may not want to use those calendars necessarily, if you're going to send them out, but if you're just going to use it for a bank deposit or something like that, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. You can just scribble it out on the inside. My goal is, again, to use what I have, try to keep things from the landfill, at least with a couple more uses. And so rather than just throw this away, let's turn them into an envelope, or let's use them inside of a journal. There's nothing wrong with this. It's beautiful. This happens to be, a Joanne's calendar that I was given. Sorry. And I don't know, the pictures are cool. Now, I'm not really fond of ones that have writing on them because everything gets scanned through the post office, so they're looking for that zip code at the bottom. But if you put a big enough label, or again, you could use this envelope for just something else that maybe you're going to hand to somebody. I do almost all of my banking in the night deposit. So I use those kind of envelopes where I'm just going to drop it in the night slot. And then this was the front and back cover. So this side, of course, I don't want to use with all the coupons, but that'll be the inside of the envelope. And then in this case, this will be the outside of the envelope. So let's just go ahead. I want to show you the one that I showed when I first started on YouTube. You could tear. So we're going to do the same thing here now. I'm not hoping you can see this clearly. All you want to do is you want to pick a place, and I always usually start at the top corner. You just want to tear down to it. And then holding the plastic down, because this plastic is a little stout, and that's what you need. You can't just have a piece of, plastic like laminate or anything. You have to have a piece that's pretty stout, and you can hear me tearing. Now, of course, if you want nice sharp edges on your envelopes, don't tear. You're going to need to trace it and then just cut it out with scissors. But for me, I do not mind the rough edges. I don't mind it. It doesn't bother me at all. So I'm almost there. Like I said, the other one didn't have these round curves like this one does. But again, whoop, I might have to go back and straighten. Yeah, I had to go back and backtrack on this one. Get this out of the way so you can see. And it's no big deal. You're just going to clean it up. Just tear, tear, tear. There you go. All right, so now what I have done is I take a mouse pad. Now you got to be careful here, okay? But I take a mouse pad, and you can see where the fold lines are. I just take a stylus tool, one that's going to fit in that groove, And don't press very hard because you can tear the envelope, tear the paper. You just want to press. All right. And that's just pretty much kind of scraped right there. That's just pretty much making yourself a score line without pulling out your scoreboard. So now, I'm not sure you can see, but I have my score lines that I can see. So I'm just going to fold along them. Alrighty. And then the top flap. And of course, you know, you'll glue it all into place. And what I always do is fold those in, put that out. And again, you can kind of see my rough edges, but I don't mind that. I honestly don't. And here's the envelope. Now, isn't that adorable? And so you know that you can make at least 12 envelopes every year out of your calendars. And if you're like me, we have a lot of offices at my job where I can get all of those calendars as well, and they usually do save them for me. They know. They come up with something that they think, oh, Elaine can use that. Let's see if Elaine can use that. So I've kind of gained a little bit of a reputation, which I don't mind. But anyhow, use up those calendars now that the year is about to change. And I think that's about all I have to say. So please subscribe to my channel. Come back and visit me. Give me that thumbs up. And by all means, if you have an idea for the calendars as well, leave me a comment below. I always want to hear from everybody and share ideas because, like I said, my goal is to try to use things and keep them out of the landfill as long as we can. So I appreciate it, and Happy New Year to everybody. Y'all behave. Bye.